Patti Smith is more than a musician. She is a force of nature, a poet of rebellion, and a cultural icon who helped define what it means to be unapologetically authentic. With a career that spans music, literature, activism, and art, Smith has continually defied expectations and genre boundaries. Often called the godmother of punk, her influence runs far deeper than the safety pin fashion statements of the 1970s. Patti Smith brought brains to the beat and gave voice to the outsider with a blend of raw passion and literary grace. Born Patricia Lee Smith on December 30th, 1946, in Chicago and raised in New Jersey, Smith was drawn to books, art, and music from an early age. After high school, she moved to New York City in 1967 with nothing but a suitcase and a dream. There, she met photographer Robert Mapplethorpe, her soulmate and artistic collaborator. Their bond, captured beautifully in her National Book Award-winning memoir, Just Kids, became the foundation of her artistic awakening. Together, they inhabited the creative whirlwind of late 60s and early 70s New York, a city teeming with possibilities and revolution. In the early 70s, Smith began reading poetry backed by live music, laying the groundwork for a new kind of performance art that fused spoken word with rock and roll. With her iconic band, featuring guitarist Lenny Kaye, keyboardist Richard Soule, and later drummer J.D. Daugherty, she began to cultivate a sound that was rough, real, and deeply personal. It wasn't long before her performances at CBGB caught fire, making her a pillar of the emerging punk scene. In 1975, Smith released her debut album Horses, produced by John Cale of the Velvet Underground. The opening line, "Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not mine," was a lightning bolt, announcing a new voice that was bold, fearless, and spiritually unbound. The album's fusion of punk energy, beat poetry, and rock tradition made it a landmark. Smith's voice, half snarl, half sermon, carved out a space where women didn't have to be polished or pretty to be powerful. Horses didn't just inspire a generation of musicians. It altered the DNA of rock itself. Her follow-up albums, including Radio Ethiopia, Easter, and Wave, continued to explore the intersection of poetry and rock. Easter included her biggest commercial hit, Because the Night, co-written with Bruce Springsteen. The song showcased her ability to blend raw emotionality with universal appeal. Even as she flirted with mainstream success, Smith never lost her edge. In 1979, she stepped away from the public eye, choosing to focus on family after marrying MC5 guitarist Fred Sonic Smith. For nearly a decade, she lived quietly in Detroit, raising their 2 children and writing outside of the spotlight. But even in absence, her legend grew. After Fred's death in 1994, Smith returned to music with renewed purpose. Her 1996 album, Gone Again, was a powerful exploration of grief, memory, and resilience. Over the next 2 decades, she released critically acclaimed records, toured the world, and published several books, including M-Train and Year of the Monkey, blending memoir, dreamscape, and philosophical reflection. Smith's activism has always been central to her identity. She's been a fierce advocate for human rights, free speech, and environmental causes. Whether performing at protests or speaking at global events, she uses her voice not just to entertain, but to inspire action. In 2007, Patti Smith was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In 2010, Just Kids became a literary sensation, revealing the depth of her bond with Mapplethorpe and the evolution of an artist shaped by love, struggle, and vision. And in 2016, she was chosen to perform Bob Dylan's A Hard Rain's A Gonna Fall at the Nobel Prize ceremony when Dylan couldn't attend, delivering a heartfelt performance that moved millions. Today, Patti Smith remains as vital and visionary as ever. Whether on stage with a guitar, scribbling notes in a Paris cafe, or chanting for change at a rally, she is still creating, still questioning, still burning with the fire that launched 1,000 voices. Patti Smith didn't just change music. She rewrote the rules of what an artist can be. She brought poetry into punk, feminism into rock, and vulnerability into rebellion. Her legacy is not measured in charts, but in hearts awakened and minds set free. Patti Smith is a living testament to the power of truth, art, and fearless expression.